Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the after credit scenes of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, just a heads up, there's going to be some spoilers ahead, um, so if you have not seen it, I'd recommend you pausing the video and moving on to something else, unless you don't care, and then let's figure out what we were talking about to begin with. So, um, for, we're going to briefly go over the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. We get to see all the members of the Guardians of the Galaxy that we grew up with from the first one, and seeing them kind of not their story end necessarily, but their story go to a point where they have gone beyond just being the Guardians of the Galaxy or being just a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So many of the members had left for a multitude of reasons. So Rocket, who just barely lived, was able to create a new Guardians of the Galaxy team. So Rocket is now the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So we're going to be talking about, I'm sorry, we're going to move right on to the first after credit scene, which is where we get to see the brand new team that Rocket has created. Now Rocket is now the leader. He has Groot, who is much more massive now. He also has other members as well. So the other members include Craiglin, who happens to be the guy from um, the first couple of Guardians, where he is the one who takes over for Yondu, who has the big like little red mohawk on his head and is able to whistle to make the arrow go around. He's actually a part of it as well, along with Cosmo, the space dog, with his telekinesis. And then the newest member of the Guardians, actually, there's two more, sorry. The biggest addition happens to be Adam Warlock, although they're calling him Adam Warlock, but he has not been named that yet. He's just called Warlock right now. Warlock was the villain in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and after seeing the errors of his ways and the destruction of the High Evolutionary and his mother, he realizes that they were not actually the bad guys at all, and he decided to join the Guardians of the Galaxy to do well. And the final member of the Guardians of the Galaxy is thought to be Phyla Vel. Now, she was introduced as Guardians of the Galaxy 3 um, as one of the kids from the High Evolutionary, as a prisoner for his experiments. Now, in the comics, she's a very powerful cosmic hero, and she actually comes to own quantum bands, and she's a Kree/Titan hybrid with a variety of powers. She's also known for wielding the Oblivion Sword. In this particular after credit scene, we are briefly teased at her powers by her showing off her fist glowing. And we hope to see that there's plenty of chances of her seeing her abilities in the future appearances. And then the final after credit scene has to do with Peter Quill. Um, Peter Quill goes back to Earth to see his maternal grandfather. He ran away all his life to get away from there, and now wants to see what is going on. What he does is he sees his paternal, I mean, I'm sorry, not his paternal, his maternal grandfather, and his grandfather remembered him as if he hadn't aged a bit, knew it was Peter, and was so excited to see him. And in the after credit scene, we actually get to see them interacting. So it is just Star Lord and his grandfather eating breakfast together and talking about what's going on in the neighborhood and a little back and forth about how awful the neighborhood is and how this one particular kid in the neighborhood is just an awful person. And that's how the last ending credits scene goes. But in the end, it actually says that the legendary Star Lord will return. So, what we noticed in these after credit scenes is the Guardians of the Galaxy is not over yet. I don't think they're going to have a prevalent um, notion now in the future of the MCU, but they're going to definitely help out, especially when the galaxy is in need. Um, with Drax and Nebula helping the new Nowhere in their new city. We have Mantis, who's on her own little path now, and we have Peter Quill, who is, well, being Peter Quill on Earth. it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But the new Guardians, at the very least, it'd be nice to see them in either a show or something along those lines to really showcase their powers and the new teamwork, and showing the new leader of Rocket Raccoon, who is now officially Rocket Raccoon in the MCU. And then we now know that Star Lord is not hanging up his helmet or boots or blasters yet. He will return at some point, probably when Kang comes to try to destroy the world. Gamora, on the other hand, is with the Ravagers, trying to create her own little family. Um, it is different than what it was before, but she's definitely grown fond of the Guardians of the Galaxy now and seeing why they are the way they are. Overall, I mean, the movie was phenomenal. The after credit scenes, I will say, were just more of the fact of showing that the Guardians still exist and that Star Lord will come back when needed. So nobody's really thrown any of that away, and none of the characters really are truly gone, which is also nice. Even the High Evolutionary wasn't shown to be dead, so there's the potential he can evolve himself back and cause himself to be a problem for the Guardians and the universe in general in the future. So overall, very excited to see what happens now. Um, After this, is I think the next one is Secret Invasion, is at least the next show, but the next movie is The Marvels. So interesting to see where everything goes, especially in the cosmic end. But for now, let me know what you guys thought about not only the movie, but also the after credit scenes in the comments below. Did you like them? Did you not? Were there parts that you really did like and parts you didn't? Let me know. We'll discuss in the comments. As always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.